Welcome back to Boom and Bust. I'm your host, Tony Clement, here with Bob Pickard, Bob Pickard Consulting, formerly of the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. Bob, we're just going through what you had to deal with when you were with the AIIB. So when you say, obviously you've mentioned that there were Chinese Communist Party officials. Were they, tell us how they were looking over your shoulder. How did they exercise their undue influence, I guess is what I'm asking.
Well, first of all, 8 of the 30 departments inside of the bank are run by people who I believe are party members. Now, it's not like everyone walks around the bank, Tony, showing their membership card, with the hammer and sickle on it. Here's hello, my name is member of the Communist Party. It's nothing like that, right? But every Chinese-based organization has a party committee inside of it. And AIIB, because of its multinational and multilateral character, did not have one, not a visible one. So I thought it would not have that kind of party political control on the inside that we see with any other Chinese-based organization. Well, I was wrong. And what I found is that in terms of who occupies the key positions inside of the bank and how they operate effectively in the operating everyday decision-making of the bank, the Communist Party officials exercise what is, in my opinion, undue influence. And I'll give you just a couple of small examples.
Sure, yeah.
They appointed for the position of my assistant, my personal assistant, a party member. Communist Party member was assigned as my EA, and I found out that she was regularly reporting on my activities, my comings and goings, and what was happening in the communications department, directly to the president's office. Now, the president of the bank is a Communist Party member. Everyone knows this. He was one of Mao's Red Guards. But that office is filled with Communist Party members who have, it seems, created some kind of alternative or subterranean reporting structure, almost like an intelligence gathering network inside of the bank. I won't say secret police, but obviously there's kind of a clammy and inappropriate relationship here between. We're supposed to have a reporting structure. I report to the president of the bank. That's what my employment agreement said. I report to the president. But in reality, the way that works, because of the penetration of party people in the bank, it's really quite different. It's not as advertised, that's for sure.
So I've got to ask, because you did mention Canada is a member country to this bank.
Yeah.
UK, other Canadian allies. Are they just asleep at the switch? Do they not realize what's going on here?
They are. And during the pandemic, 2020 onward, there were no in-person board meetings in Beijing. So an information vacuum arose at the bank. And so all of the different board meetings, the decision-making activities of the bank were held on Zoom. It was all done remotely. And this created an opportunity for that vacuum to be filled by party people operating in a way that clearly called into question the governance of the bank. And I think that the individual directors of the bank, including the Canadian and the Frenchman and the Dutch guy, these are all fine individuals, but a lot of them just weren't there. They didn't see what was going on. And so my office, which was right next to the president of the banks, I had a unique vantage point where I could see how the party control operated. And I'll just give you another small example, because it's something that maybe some of your viewers might identify with. But when Jiang, the former Chinese dictator, died, my department was ordered to put like a condolence statement on the bank's website. Well, we opposed that because we shouldn't be doing special things for different members of the bank. Mm-hmm. Queen Elizabeth had just died around the same time, and with Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the UK members of the bank, there was no condolence announcement, expressing the bank's feelings around that sentiment. But we were ordered, over the opposition of my department, we were ordered to mark the death of the former dictator, and that's just a small example but it's very revealing because that's just one of many different instances where sort of a top-down, dictate structure from the bank in the president's office would result in party-friendly decisions being made effective throughout the organization.
Gotcha. Bob, we're going to take another brief break for our commercial break. We'll be right back with you after that break. Please stay with us, everyone.